What's up, everyone? Busaba Studios here again with another banger of the video. Yes, another episode of Become the Killer comparison. Main game versus Recode. And in the last episode, which was the fourth episode, I believe, I think, yeah, we're on the fifth episode this time. So the last episode, we compared the main game and Recode of Dweller. And Recode Dweller won. But now we're gonna be doing Eyeless this time. Yes, Eyeless, a very well-known creepypasta. So we're gonna be doing a comparison between the Eyeless in the main game and Eyeless in Recode. Now, I'm gonna make things clear. This is just my personal opinion, and I'm just doing this just for fun. Anyways, let us begin. Alright, so we're gonna be talking about the main game first. So let's talk about his stats and, of course, his abilities. So Eyeless has 80 health and 40 sprint speed. He's got two abilities. We got his attack and his laugh. His attack is, well, he just swings his knife and it deals pretty small damage, but it is flammable. So, very like it doesn't even have a cooldown at all, so you can pretty much spam the attack every time. And then we got a second ability, which is Laugh, where he just laughs. Nothing else. It's just a taunt. And that's pretty much all I gotta really say about Eyeless. Very, yeah, nothing really crazy about him, really. But anyways, let's talk about how he works in Recode. Alright, Recode. So, what does Eyeless have in Recode? Let's talk about his stats first. So in Recode, Eyeless has 85 health and what's that? Okay, so Eyeless in Recode has 85 health and 43 sprint speed pretty much. So yeah. So 85 health and 43 sprint speed. Now we gotta talk about his abilities. So he has two abilities. One that is somewhat useful in a sense, and one that is just, his basic attack. So his basic attack is just, well, his attack. And he deals damage to them. Like, decent damage, I think? Yeah, just decent damage, somewhat. That's pretty much it for his attack. And then we got his second ability, which is Splash. When used, Eyeless will, I think he shoots out black ink from his eye sockets, I believe, or maybe I don't know. I'm assuming they come out of his eyes or something. And if they hit survivors, it will basically show a black splatter on their screen, which kind of blinds them, but not really fully. It just kind of blinds them. I mean, any competent survivor with a brain would know where to go at this point, even if they get blinded. So it's kind of almost useless in a sense, but yeah, that's all I really gotta say about. That's pretty much all I gotta say about Eyeless and Recode. Nothing really too major about him and Recode, really. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Alright, the stats. So, let's take a look at the stats and, their stuff, shall we? So, health. Main game only has 80 health, while Recode only has 85. So, Recode wins that one. Main game has 40 sprint speed, and Recode has 43 sprint speed. Recode wins that one. Abilities. Both abilities tied, actually. In main game, his abilities are pretty much just useless. His only best ability is just his attack, while his other ability just being a taunt. And Recode, his attack ability is his only good ability, and his other ability, Splash, is kind of just useless. Because again, it kind of blinds survivors, but not too much. Survivors can just easily still outrun you and such. So it's I don't know. Splash is quite useless, pretty much. So both versions' abilities are just pretty much just at this point. But considering the other stats, it's pretty clear who the winner is. Recode wins. Now, despite the fact that Eyeless is pretty much like one of the weakest killers in both versions, pretty much, Recode is at least slightly better because he has more sprint speed and at least a bit more health. So, despite both versions being pretty weak, Recode still wins because just simply better stats. That's kind of just it, really. But yep, Eyeless Jack and Recode wins. I'm Blue Cyber Studios. I will catch you all next time.